we talked about the international influence, but tell us about the overall makeup of the buyers in particular that you typically work with. Are they mostly from out of town, whether it's international or elsewhere in the country, or are they local or combination? Give us a sense of where your buyers are coming from.
Sure, absolutely. Well, thankfully, we have a lot of repeat clients who have already been established here. So that's amazing. And I think that sometimes we just oftentimes forget about the Florida relocation or even just relocating like on the same island, even. So people will tend to find an island, say Longboat Key, and then they'll move around on the island. And so because they love it so much, and then, their life changes in some way. And so they're like, okay, we need to upgrade or downsize. I'm here for it. So that is awesome. And they know me and we have that relationship. And of course, outside of that, definitely a lot from Ohio, the Midwest, Indiana, Wisconsin. And I think in the last couple of years, I don't think I've talked to this many Californians. They're coming here. What's not to like, right? So definitely way more Californians than I ever have in the past. I'm figuring they're finally catching up to us over here. So, and definitely some New York, Pennsylvania. I feel like the New York side tends to go to like more East Coast, but we still have that here. For some reason, they follow the geographic lines down the state or something. So we welcome all of that and love it. So
yeah, I find the same thing to be true. And I think a lot of it has to do with the pace of our different coasts on Florida in particular. It kind of tracks up that geographic line of the pace that they're used to. And I love in your bio, you talk about when you're working with snowbird clients that you're a pro when it comes to working virtually. And I think that was even before the pandemic influence. And I love the quote, rest assured, you'll never need to hop on a plane if not preferred. So do you do a lot in terms of virtual work with clients that you never actually see physically during the process?
I've dealt with sellers virtually and buyers both. So perfect example, because this is most recent. So I've got this listing on Longboat Key in the Players Club if anyone's interested. But yeah, so all of the showings so far in the last, I would say 3 days, every single showing has been virtual. So even though that is the case, I still accompany and we kind of oversee it. That way we can rattle off answers to questions. And then another one, we have a listing coming up where I'm representing the seller, of course, and we already have 3 buyers, all virtual showings lined up for like 2 weeks out. So we're so excited about that. I mean, it's so convenient. And if people already know the community, especially, they're more comfortable and they're able to purchase pretty easily, especially if they know you and they're comfortable with you too.
Sure. I'm finding anymore that that out-of-town buyers, since we don't have a lot of inventory, they'll come for a visit and get to know the place, and they'll figure out what buildings they like or neighborhoods they like, and then it's much easier to manage that virtually when the actual property becomes available. So
exactly.
think about those clients that come to you from out of town. If they're not repeat, how are they finding you? Are they finding you from your direct marketing or other agents' referrals?
I have a lot of different avenues of where I get my business. So lots and lots of referrals from current and past clients. I feel like those are just gold. Like they're just so priceless. And I do get quite a bit from my website, and a lot of the people are coming via YouTube now, and then I direct them to my website. I also really, really love, and I appreciate so much, out of state or even out of area agents that refer. I mean, those are huge. I mean, I just closed a house on Siesta Key and I actually got both sides, found the buyer. That was because an agent in Maui found me and, looked me up, and really we talked in great detail and trusted me. And so those are huge. I probably get 2 to 3 like that per month, and I just appreciate them so much.
Do you have a strategy for connecting with those other agents in other markets, or are they finding you organically because of your presence?
I mean, so like that last one I mentioned, she just found me online. I didn't know her before. And that's kind of not uncommon for me for whatever reason. But I do have a follow-up campaign. Once a month. So I have my database of just my regular clients and everybody pretty much in my phone. And, those agents are included. So we definitely have proactively expanded that list of agents. And because I really didn't necessarily tap into that in the past, but now we're over the past 6 months, really very consciously tapping into that resource. And just so they hear from us and they know kind of where we're at in the market, what our market looks like, and they have some familiarity with me too. So, and then vice versa. I will say we get a lot of them coming here, versus out. They all want to stay here. But, I always reciprocate whenever possible.